Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling Review Series for the 2nd of November, 1991. And obviously, we are weeks away from the Survivor Series. And good things come with the Survivor Series. Colonel Mustafa opens us up with an enhancement match here, and he will face Sid Justice. Sid Justice still a babyface, doesn't make his turn quite yet. Attempted shot by Mustafa. Mustafa pretty well out of there by WrestleMania, maybe? Something like that. Anyway, Sid's babyface push is still in run. Oddly, depending who you believe, there is talk that Sid was not happy with being babyface here. Really basic stuff. Literally just a few punches and a power bomb from Sid was all that was needed. Ric Flair is being, highlighted in the update section of things. And basically they're talking about him going at it with Piper and attacking Piper from behind and all of that. Things we've already talked about on this mini podcast. As mentioned, over 120 of these Superstars reviews, over 700 reviews of all sorts of things. If you're new to the channel, please give it a listen. Anyway, Big Boss Man out through enhancement talent, slides through the, or does a leapfrog. Boss Man slides through the legs really quick, clotheslines him over the top, and takes a bump himself. Boss Man does end up hitting both a spinebuster and a sidewalk slam for the victory. We go to the event center promo. This leads to Ric Flair leading us through the promo pretty much. Flair talks about wanting to get rid of Piper. DiBiase says he's going to finally get even with Virgil. Warlord talks for 15 seconds about his hatred of the Bulldog, and the Mountie talks about Bret Hart. So that's basically what we have there for that mini promo stuff. And then we move on to the Nasty Boys. Nasty Boys in an enhancement talent match. They pretty well rough up their enhancement talents, or looks like they do. So those guys doing a heck of a lot of good selling. Nasty Boys t-shirts were available at this time, which is weird for heels. Anyway, a few shots. Pity City by the Nasty Boys. Punches, kicks, and the like. Pump handle slam. And a body slam into the top rope. Elbow drop by Sags. More hype for the Survivor Series. And ultimately, Hawk basically says that he wants to get rid of the natural disasters. They kind of hype that, and then Sid Justice promises that Jake Roberts is going down. Big Boss Man vows to get vengeance on IRS, and they are plugging that is the night before Thanksgiving. The tag team champions, the Legion of Doom, up next. Press slams into a lot of stuff by Hawk. Hawk, excuse me, there hits a running power, he hits the press slam and then a leaping elbow, tag into Animal with a power slam, and then the Doomsday Device. Doomsday Device, probably one of, if not the most lethal tag team finisher at the time. Paul Bearer calls people out. Specifically, he calls out his own, I guess you'd say, the joy of The Undertaker, kind of hyping the Survivor Series again, and talking about getting vengeance on Hulk Hogan. So that's there. We go to the Survivor Series report. As mentioned earlier, the team of Jake Roberts, Typhoon, Earthquake, and IRS all talk about their respective investments in the match. Natural disasters, Typhoon and Earthquake promise to get rid of the Legion of Doom. Jake Roberts basically says never trust a snake, but also kind of tells us that we can trust him, so mixed messages there. IRS says he's going to expose the boss man, and off we go. Bulldog, Bret Hart, Piper, and Virgil. They're all fighting with each other. Piper says that he scares Flair. Bret Hart, he considers a good partner. And the Bulldog talks about the Warlord a little bit. And then we go on to Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan promises that the demandments of Hulkamania will be held up and honored here. He promises to vanquish The Undertaker. Interestingly enough, in the graphic, at least on this week, Ricky Steamboat still part of the one of the teams, which is weird because he doesn't stay there. Obviously, he's gone before the Survivor Series. Neidhart, Duggan, Steamboat, and Tornado against Mustafa, Berserker, Bully Busick, and Skinner. I don't even remember what that match becomes, to be completely honest with you. Bushwhackers and the Rockers versus Nasty Boys and the Beverly Brothers. Kind of interesting there because there's dissension in the Rockers in that. And then we move to the main event of this week. It is November Sweeps, which means they try to give us a match that actually matters. Bret Hart and the Mountie for the Intercontinental Championship is here. Kind of a bit of stalling. Mountie promises to get rid of Bret, challenges him, says he's a coward. Bret finally follows the Mountie to the outside after a little bit. And Jimmy Hart distracts him. A bucket of water is thrown on Bret Hart. He is shocked while underwater. This is quite dangerous and cannot believe it's on children's programming. Skinner leads his team in the, Survivor Series talk. Bully Busick still there. Colonel Mustafa and the Berserker, they all act very zany in their promo for the upcoming deal. Tornado cheers along. Duggan says USA, USA. Neidhart acts like a nut. And the Dragon is the most reserved of the bunch. Then we go to the Rockers and the Bushwhackers claiming that they don't really know what they're going to do, but they know they're going to win. Shawn is excited, and needless to say, he is very clear in his excitement. That will close us for this particular episode. We'll be back with more right after this.